Okay, so today we are doing an overall setup of my 2026 planner. We're going to do some Frankenplanning here. This definitely is going to be a part one. There's going to be more final touches that I am going to want to do, but we're going to get kind of the bones together and try to figure out the layout, do a little bit of Frankenplanning and combining things. So if you want to continue to see additional content of this, see how this ends up progressing, go ahead and subscribe. I use Happy Planner. I'm using Classic this year. The past 2 years I had been using the big style, but I'm going to be using Classic, and I use my planner a lot with budgeting. And this year I'm going to be using this also for work and for my budgeting, like personal life and work. So let's dive in and we'll get started here. This is an add-on, a Happy Planner journal. I'm going to be using some of the pages from here as well, but we're going to just put this to the side and start with this. And if you like this content, please go ahead, leave me some comments below. What are you guys doing with your planner setups? Are you using Happy Planner? What style are you using? This is the dashboard style. And this is an this is a 12-month style, but it's based on a school year, I guess. It goes from July of 2025 to June 2026. But I love the color of it, and it was on a clearance. It has a little bit of schmutz on it, but it was like final sales or something when I purchased on the Happy Planner site. Okay. So first and foremost, I might have just bumped you, sorry. I was debating using different rings. So I hang on to my old stuff, and I really love these rings. They're like a marble tie-dyed kind of vibe. The color doesn't necessarily match, but I don't know. This is kind of boring to me. I think it would be fun to use these. So I want to somehow get these rings off. I like to keep the, especially if I was vibing with the style, I like to keep all of the tabs. This one was such a fun one. This was years ago. I could probably figure it out by looking at it, but so I'm just pulling out all of the guts so I can get to the rings. I'm probably trying to pull off too much at the same time. I'm not usually one to do this, but I don't know. I'm feeling really excited. The new year is always so exciting to me. I'm such a paper supply type person. Okay, so this was from 2021. So I absolutely love paper supplies, planners. I have been into Happy Planner since about, what was it? I think I got my very first one in 2015, I want to say. Okay, so let's see. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, now the last part here. I'm going to retrieve all of these. Okay, so we're just going to set this to the side. I'll deal with this off camera. Okay, this one needs to be pulled apart anyway because there are extra pages in this. So let's start by getting the cover off, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's start with that. Okay, so I think I heard someone say it's easier to do it piece by piece, not all at once. Okay, this isn't too bad. Am I putting the hearts? Yeah, they all spin, so. I was like, wait, am I putting these upside down in any manner? Okay. These are so fun. I wish that these were in metal. I do have some metal from some of their specialty planners in the past. I almost wish, like, this is a specialty cover. I really almost feel like they should have stepped it up too with giving the metal rings. But I have metal rings from past planners, and it's like a really beautiful blue, like bright blue. And then I have like a hot pink color, but I wasn't really feeling that. So I was kind of just thinking before I started filming, so that this video isn't too long, of like kind of a direction I wanted to go in. See, like it was final sale and it has some loose threading up here, but that's okay. So let's see how it looks. Oh, let's fix that. Oh, that's pretty. That's how it looks with the rings. What do we think? I'm sure the gold goes better, but I don't know. I just really love these. They're so pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull some things out of this. Pretty much the front pages. So this is going to be weird because I'm not using this until January. So we're gonna have to take all of this here. It's gonna be strange because it's going to go out of order. Oh, I accidentally pulled this down. Okay. So I don't know if you noticed that when I was pulling it out, the way that the perpetual calendar is in here. So this planner belongs to. I'm like, I never understood, well, I guess it's how the planner was designed, but I never need this page, so I'll have to figure something out with that. But I like to use the sheet and look ahead and highlight all of my paydays. I can probably use this to write my 2026 goals or something. I'll figure it out, but see how it starts with July? It's just going to get all out of whack, probably. Let me see something. What happens? Let's see. January, February. How do they have this sheet? Yeah, it kind of makes it a little weird. I might just have to work backwards, maybe. Because June, and then there's going to be this page here. June, and then July. Yeah, I might just have to work backwards, I guess. Or I just don't, I don't know. I do genuinely use these pages. I like to track like my 401k as it goes up. I like to track my credit score occasionally. There's things that I use these for. So it just might be one of those things, like once I finish up June, I just kind of work backwards and go July, August, September through December. So yeah, we'll just do that. So anyway, I do not need to use all of these months here. I just did some silly goose behavior. I pulled all of that off, and really I could have just left it on the rings because I forgot we're transferring to this one. Oh my goodness. Sometimes the pressure of being on camera makes you do silly things, but that's okay. Okay, I think I'm going to take out this reflect sheet. I'm not going to worry about getting July on in the planner just because I'm going to be adding to this and it's going to get thick as it is. So what I'll do is, let's see, this reflection sheet. 3 moments you were proud of. 3 things you could have improved upon. I mean, this is something that probably could make sense going into the back of the planner, but it's fine. We can go here and reflect, because if I use this to put my 2026 goals, I can do like little checkups and come back here to look at my goals and compare. So we'll do that. Okay, so I have this glue tape gun from Tombow. I've heard people talk great things about it. So we're gonna try using it for the first time, though I don't know how to. Okay. So we're going to glue down these sheets together because I don't need to see this and I don't need to see this. So we'll do something like that, like gluing this. So let's give this a test run. How does that work? Okay, so it just clicks into place. Not bad, it does what it needs to do. I mean, there's a little gap here because I didn't get super close. It was my first time using it, but that's cool. I like that. So I can put my goals here, and then I can come back and reflect every quarter, every, few months, whatever. So that's neat. I like that. Okay. So then, what else? So many things. Okay, so I have these budget by paycheck sheets that I printed up. I have a hole punch over here and I've tested it before. I have a large one, and you can use it with the normal size too, because the big style is 11, whereas the classic is 9. So if you line it up to this line here up, allows you to do a classic setting essentially. So I was really excited to find that I didn't need to purchase a whole new one. So these are available on my Etsy shop if you are interested, but I have these budget by paychecks. That is how I like to budget. And then I decided to utilize the paper because I used to do separate paper for everything, and then the backs of them would always be blank. So I try to be more intentional. And so every budget by paycheck, I then do cash and stuffings. I don't always film those on my channel. I have in the past. I might occasionally. I mean, especially if people are interested to see. Because I do kind of a hybrid system when it comes to budgeting. So then, I'll put all of my expenses in the 2 weeks, and I can write the payment method, like what credit card it was put on, if it was cash, etc. So I can kind of track my spending. And then from there, I like to divide it by payment source because I like to use different credit cards for certain benefits. So then I have these spots here where I can then transfer them to the sheet so I can track how much I purchase. And then if I didn't pull it immediately from my cash envelope and I pay with a credit card, then I can kind of like track how much money I need to pull from my envelopes to pay myself back. I haven't figured out if I'll use the backs of them, but yeah. So anyways, I'm going to punch some holes in here. I did half of the year so far. Okay, so now I have all of these sheets ready to go, and oh, here's January. I was looking for it. So I like to write all of my bills when they're due, and then I'll sprinkle these throughout my planner, where it falls when I get paid. So I'm not sure when my first pay is going to be in January, but I'm just trying to look. What's the best way to do this? I'll just put it here and I can adjust accordingly. So I'll set up this month for now, and then maybe put the rest in the back for now or something. So then 2 weeks. I think this is when I get paid, unless I end up getting paid the last week. I don't know. I can always move it, like I said. So we'll do January for now, like I said. So this is how it would be. So come January, I have this here, this little dashboard. I usually, in the past, we keep track of my 401k and whatever, but I can always change that up this year. Then we flip to the month at a glance. I write down all of my bills using a master sheet that I have that I'm in the middle of working that out because my bills have changed quite a bit. I paid off all of my debt in July, so there's a lot less on that master sheet now. Then week by week, we have our dates and whatnot that we can track things. This is probably in here wrong, but that's okay. And so when the week comes up, I do my budget by paycheck, and then I track my expenses, and then at my end stuffing. I always like to put that on the week that I'm paid. And then, you know, 2 weeks goes by, and if this is in the correct pay week, same thing. We have my budget by paycheck, expense tracking, and stuffing. These sheets are also available on my Etsy. So when you buy a budget by paycheck, by the way, it comes with these printable ones. I laminated mine so I could reuse them. These little teller slips that you can write down the denominations. Because on your planning sheet, you can write down your denominations and then you transfer it to this. The bank tellers absolutely appreciate and love these. It makes their job easier, so you can just tell them up front what bills you want. Okay. So now we just have to figure out this other stuff. Okay, let me get the one book. When I walked through my planner with you guys earlier, in the last video, I realized that this essentially, the beginning was a little, you know, I had these sheets of like reflecting on goals and a bills schedule, writing down all your bills, debt tracking, savings tracking, and then it took me a minute to realize then this is 4 months worth of reflection sheets, like if you are getting a little spendy. So I'm going to pull out 1 month worth of these for now, but which one do I want? Think big, start small, stop wishing, start doing. Does that kind of go? Yeah. Then there's small steps every day. And then there is save today, spend tomorrow. Let's do this first one. This is actually my favorite. Happens to be my favorite, the one in the beginning. We're going to also pull out these as well. Let's see. I could probably put this in the front of the planner. Kind of how they had it set up. So let's put it this way so I know. Okay. Okay. So we'll put this in the beginning of the planner. Let's take... But we'll put this here for now. So we'll put this in the back. I haven't decided if I want to do this when, like, okay, so firstly, this is enough sheets for a month worth, okay? So, I haven't decided if I'll do this around times of the year where I know I'm spendy and do it one shot or do it week by week, because when you have these reflection sheets, when you get into it, it's every single day of the week that you can reflect. And then there's like a spot to write the expenses. I know I typically struggle around my birthday, and I know I struggle, I like to tell myself I'm good every year, but I definitely struggle around November, December, like when all of the deals are happening. So we can figure that out as we go, but I'm gonna just put a month worth for now. Because if I'm not doing this again until July, we have quite some time. But yeah, do you use your birthday as an excuse to spend? Like, I'm gonna treat myself, and then the treating myself never stops. Yes, that sometimes happens. I've definitely gotten a lot better. One of the keys to getting out of debt is reflecting on your spending, for sure. I've come to realize, like, you have to look inward and look at your habits, but at the end of the day, we are all human, and sometimes things trigger us or whatever. Like, I definitely know that too when I'm spending. It could be because I'm triggered. I could just, a lot of times it's just I'm ultra stressed, and so the dopamine hit of shopping, numbing your stress in that way is sometimes what leads to purchasing. Okay. Oh, I don't have some of these in here, right? You can tell when they stick out further. This goes pretty decently with the color palette because this is a very neutral color palette in this planner. Very earthy tones. Okay. So we'll go back to the beginning and we'll figure out where to put these. So, open up, we have reflect and plan. Okay, set your goals. So we do that. Yeah, then we can write. I like that. Because we could use this to write our goals even too. This isn't a lot of room. But then these sheets though. Bill schedule. I am going to have my master thing. I don't necessarily need to use this, but in a way it'd be nice to track that it's all been paid. Debt tracker. We use these too. It's just a matter of where do I want to put these. What comes after this page? The perpetual. And then July. June. It's just so strange with this whole July situation. Sometimes it can be really difficult to Frankenplan, like the way the sheets are, because like I said, I might use this and just redate it or whatever. Yeah, we'll just put it. I need this here. We'll just put these here. It's going to get a little funky in this section because of the bleed over. Okay. All right. So we have January through June right here. Okay. Then we have this tab here where we can pull from when we're feeling spendy, or we can just keep it back here. Maybe we'll do that. I feel like I need another divider to put here. So I have this really old planner. I don't know if I can tell what year this was from. This might have been 2022 when I started my debt journey. Yeah, I think this was 2022, or maybe technically 2023. I used to write down all of my purchases on the month at a glances. There was a page that I really, like a tab that I really loved. Actually, a lot of them I do. This one I really vibed with. So, Look to the Stars with Shimmering Eyes. I love this one. It's really pretty. Let's see. Kindness is greatness. Slow down and everything you are chasing will come and catch you. That's cute. Believe in yourself. Even the stars admire you. This one's really pretty. When I was thumbing through my supplies, there's one that caught my eye. This one. I really loved this one. Trust in the magic. Okay. So I'm going to use one of these as a tab. So it's between this one, even the stars admire you. This one's really pretty too. I didn't notice that before. Let's just use this one. We're going to use this as another divider situation. Even the stars admire you. And then we'll put something here. One of the things that I wanted to do was use what I have. So I have all these sticker books that I've bought throughout the years. And if you've noticed, I have some stickers missing. I've been trying to use these. You think about all the money that you spend on this stuff. I don't really like those colors though. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, here's some. This could work. Yeah, this works because it has the gold foiling on the stickers. So this is out of my Save Now, Spend Later sticker book. I'll put it this way, and then we'll label this at some point. This works really well, actually, really well, so we can cover up the June. Okay, perfect. And then we'll just need something to cover that. Let me look at something here. Okay, so we open it up. Oh, right, I forgot. Those are glued down. It's throwing me off because I didn't bring it up to the edge enough. I wonder if I can fix that. It's hard to do because I'm left-handed. Let's see here. Okay, let's see if that helps. Okay, so we have these goal planning sheets. And then we, I can write more specific goals here too, even. And we have our year at a glance. Perpetual calendar. Debt tracking, which I don't think I'm going to use this. So if you stay to this point, I'm debating that for a reason. Budget review. I think I'll put it up here somewhere. So I'll put that here. So I have a big purchase, so stay tuned. In an upcoming video I will be revealing a debt I decided to take on. So yes, I did get out of debt in July, but yeah, just stay tuned. I'll talk about that more in the future. But I'm adding this sheet in here. So that's pretty thick. That's pretty thick. This might be good for now. Sometimes I feel like it is nice to have a folder in here though. Which one vibes more? Be thankful. I might put the folder in the back. Which one? This is more earthy tones. I don't even know what these papers are. I'll have to look at that. I feel like this one kind of goes better, so we'll put this in the back. Okay. Oh, I want to grab... Okay. So I have this. This is something I've held on to for years. I might put this back here, actually. It would make the most sense. Back with the... Would it? Nah. It's easier to grab when it's in the front. So I have these things where you can put these pictures in. Let's see if I have one that fits well. Something I was thinking... I have it in use in my big planner. I want to say, oh, perfect. I do have it. Okay. Okay. So I'll put this, should we have, so it goes right into that. I'll just put it in the front then. Make sure this is in the right direction. Oh, it's upside down. Whoops. It does matter. Okay. Okay. One thing that I'm going to put in there for now are these. I like to have these on hand so that I can write down my denominations when I'm in my planner. And then I like to have these on hand as well. So these are little alcohol prep pads, so I'll put that here. Okay, so that's ready to go. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop it here. There's still some more final touches that I want to do. I want to cover this sheet up, but this will kind of get us started for now. So let's do a final flip through. So we changed out the discs. We open up, we have my bank slips ready to go, laminated. Then we have the belongs to page. Then we open up to reflecting and planning and goal setting. Goal setting still. Then our perpetual calendar where I like to track random pieces of information. Like how my 401k is doing, my credit score, debts, etc. Then we have this to make sure that all the bills are being paid. But I like the other thing that I put in here as a master thing because I laminate it, and that way I can just like rip it out and have it right in front of me when I'm planning and doing my budget. Okay, then I have this debt tracker, savings tracker. I can track up saving for my wedding, emergency fund. I can write that there. Then we get into all of the months, January through June. And then we have this here to reflect when we are feeling spendy and reflect on our feelings, tracking it and that sort of thing. And then back here, we have all of the extra budget by paychecks and cash and stuffings. So if you made it to this point, thank you so much. Please stay tuned. I will have a part 2 that is going up super soon. So like, subscribe, leave me a comment below. What planner are you using in 2026? And I will see you in the very next one. Bye.